All right, let's talk about something that really sums up the reality of the betting world. Steve Fezzik posted this tweet this week, and it's pretty hard to argue with it. The man writes a top 10 gambling book, and he doesn't even have 3,000 followers. Meanwhile, Bowling Bets has 100,000. People truly don't want to win, they just want to be entertained. Now, Fezzik is talking about Dan Abrams here, who has dropped a book recently that is quite good called But How Much Did You Lose? And it talks about hedging your bets. And it is a little bit heavy on math. But as Fezzik points out, almost no one follows him in relation to some of the tipster accounts, while some guy, pretty much putting out those tips that everyone wants because they don't want to put in the work is getting 100,000 plus followers. So what's going on? Pretty much, if we think about it, most bettors say they want to win, but they really just want to have some action on the game and some entertainment. They want a rush of a parlay, not the grind. They don't want to put in that effort to get out that 1%. That's not exciting. They want to be able to have the hope and dreams of hitting a big parlay that might change their life. And sportsbooks obviously know this, and the marketers know this. That's why they push the same game parlays. They have the big payouts that for some long shots. They're pushing that hope and dream that you'll hit it, even though there's such a slim chance that you could do that. They're not going to push the boring, disciplined, profitable betting strategies because that's against what they want. It's very competitive. They don't want you to win, and look, they've still got an edge in those things, but if people stuck to those, they would lose a lot less. Now, the whole thing kind of reminds me of betting exchanges versus bookies. Betting exchanges really should be where people are doing their sports betting, but they don't. Exchanges have lower margins, they don't have limits, no restrictions, they have much better odds. It seems pretty much like a no brainer that people should be moving to exchanges, but they just don't because it's all too hard. Most people don't use them because it takes effort to understand how they work. Pretty much that's what it comes down to. People don't want to learn about market making, they don't want to learn about lay betting, they don't want to understand how liquidity affects prices. They just want an app that has a button, that has a price on it, and it doesn't even matter what that price is, that they just want to click the button and back the team, or they want to be able to put in the parlay just with a few clicks. So I think people have to understand winning at betting does take time, and understanding exchanges takes time. So putting in the effort is worth it. The time really is something that a lot of gamblers don't want to put in. But again, if they're not here to win and they're here for the fun of it, then that's okay. A lot of that money can filter through from the bookies to exchanges as well. But just keep in mind that the bookies are giving you terrible prices and pushing you into terrible bets, but you're having fun and it's for entertainment. And I know there's a thing that people think gambling will get them rich quickly. But, and I know this is something that no one wants to hear, if you put in part-time effort, you'll get part-time returns. So if you want to make full-time money from betting, you'll have to treat it like a full-time job. That means looking at the data, having discipline, having bankroll management, finding soft markets, beating closing lines. If you're betting early, doing the modeling, finding your own prices, handicapping games, not just following a guy on X or Twitter who went and hit a parlay last week, or he's got 10 tips in a row right. And this is where people don't also understand variance, and it's kind of annoying. Variance is going to impact the results. So if you're going to start following someone that just went on a good run, you're getting in at the worst time. Now, why do people follow, and why are those good runs put out there? It's because Those guys are good at marketing, and experts in the gambling space are not good at marketing. They pretty much suck at marketing, and that's why they have 2,500 followers, not 100,000 followers. They're not selling entertainment, they're selling learning and education, and that is not as flashy. The guys who actually know their stuff don't spend time making the clickbait videos or hyping up the 10 leg parlays that really have no value to them. They're busy actually either winning or researching or learning or writing a book to help others learn. Meanwhile, those guys that are great at marketing, they're selling picks. They're selling hope to the masses and pushing guaranteed winners, as they call it. And they know exactly how to appeal to the casual bettor or the new bettor, and those younger in the social media space that just don't want to learn and want to get quickly rich and hope to hit it big. So I do want to say, if you are serious about sports betting, you need to ask yourself, do you actually want to win? Because I think a lot of people are fooling themselves. I think a lot of people just want to feel like they're winning, and that they're putting in some effort by finding a tipster that's on a winning streak. But if you really want to win gambling and you want to be like those that do make six figures, you're going to have to put in that full-time effort. You should be looking for people like Dan Abrams, not the guys that are flashing out the betting slips and pushing the parlays. It just blows my mind. So, look, I'll finish this up. Drop a comment. Do you think most bettors actually want to win? Is Fezzik right? And do they just really want to be entertained? Or are they actually trying to win? My guess is Fezzik's on the money here, and what he's written is absolutely right. So hit that like button if you do agree, and subscribe if you're here to actually get some better education. I do put out tips, but they're free, so the value that you get there is that you are getting tips from someone that knows what they're doing, putting in the work, and you don't have to recover a tip service fees with the winnings. So I do put in some case studies and things like that you can learn from as well. So if you want to see stuff like that, subscribe. And I'll just leave it with saying thanks for watching, and I hope you've got something out of this video.